Today we've got Johnny Coburn. He's actually very popular on the wholesaling real estate Reddit thread, which is where we originally connected. Great to have you on, Johnny. Could you give us an overview about your business? You know, how many deals you do, what types of deals, where you do it, et cetera.
Yeah, man. So right now I'm doing a little over, I want to say 110 a year, whatever. With land, I think a lot of people know, the people that do land, I say it's 10 times more likely that you're going to get a land deal than you are with a house deal. So, um,
I've heard that before. It's because there's not any emotional ties to the land,
yeah,
right? So if they've owned it for a long time, and usually if they're older folks, they are going to want to get rid of that rather than just pass it on.
yeah, and it's not a lot of competition either. A lot of people don't do land. A lot of people prefer houses over land. So it's like our leads are. I can get 100 leads in a day off of one campaign. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So when did you get started with this?
man, I started when I was 20. So back in 2011 ish, somewhere around 2011, 2010, somewhere around there, like a year after I graduated high school.
Got it. And how old are you now?
35, going on 36, man.
Okay, so it's been a slow build ups. You know,
Yeah,
you've been doing it for
yeah,
like 15 years.
yeah, yeah. I started
Do you
off with
remember your first
houses.
deal?
Man, dude, I do. It was I was actually living in Atlanta at the time. So I've been doing virtual since I first started. And it was a deal in Houston. It was actually a land deal where I made, I think, $1,500 on it. It
Okay.
was a JV. It was a JV deal, which is kind of how I kind of started my my career, is doing a bunch of JV deals.
Were you the one finding the deal, or were you just accepting someone else's deal?
No, I was bringing a buyer. I kind of mastered that. Like,
At first?
yes, yeah,
Interesting.
I,
Where
yeah,
did you
I
go
did
find the buyer?
everything different than everybody else. So I kind of branded myself in a Texas market, basically doing JV deals. So I became one of the biggest JV dispo people in Houston, in the Houston market.
Got it. Well, how
Yeah,
did you have the confidence to know how a buyer would work? Usually it starts the opposite, right? Usually
yeah.
like a beginner would find a deal and then they're like, I need help finding a buyer. And then they partner with an existing wholesaler and that's how the JV happens.
Well, to be honest with you, I was doing internet marketing before I started wholesaling. So it was
Okay.
kind of, when I came and got into real estate, it was so similar to internet marketing. I was like, man, she was just a product. Like, the house is just a product. The buyers are a part of the customer base, so it was like easy to talk to the buyers. The sellers, of course, when I started, I didn't have as much money, so I figured I need to sneak my way into this industry, and the best
So
way
you
to
were
do
starting
that
to
is to
run
do.
ads for investors who wanted to buy off market properties.
Yep. I was doing ghost ads. I don't know if you know anything about ghost ads, but back then we didn't have we didn't have Reddit and all of that stuff. We had to literally do it from Craigslist. So we I
Oh yeah.
remember,
So you
yeah,
posted on Craigslist, hey, you got a deal worth
yep,
100,000, but you're selling it for
yep,
60. Give me a
yep,
call if you want to know about it.
yep, yep. And
Got it.
I build a buyer, I build it, I get like 100 responses. And after that, I let those build up. I just tell them, look, it's sold. But I got more deals coming up. So that's kind of where I kind of started everything. And I,
Yeah.
and I taught myself how to do that. Nobody taught me how to
Can
do
you
that.
still do that today? Do people actually still check Craigslist for that type of stuff today?
Man, I don't know. I haven't been on Craigslist, and for like, once they changed everything on Craigslist to where you couldn't post stuff like that, they'll flag it. I kind of stopped using it, but I'm pretty sure there's people still use Craigslist.
I got you.
Yeah,
So that does explain how you found the buyers.
yeah,
And you're
yeah,
not the only person I've heard started out finding buyers that way, very successfully, actually. So
yeah,
that checks out. And then
yeah.
how'd you meet the wholesalers?
Oh man, a lot of it was through Google. So back then everything you had to do everything through Google. So I like do we buy Houston, we buy Texas or stuff like that. Those keywords, because a lot of those,
You mean
anytime
you'd
you
search
see
for that?
a ad, those people are spending money on
Right. So you'd
ads.
search for who ranked
Yep,
for that keyword.
yep, yep,
All right.
yep. So I just get in contact with them and
So you just
um,
join their buyers list like a
yep.
normal buyer yourself?
So once I got on there, everybody all the top wholesalers buyers list, it was like I had an endless supply of properties for my
Yeah.
investors. Yep.
Yeah. So how did you go about that? Because normally then when you call or respond to an email from a wholesaler, they're going to expect you to be the buyer, right? So how did you
Yeah.
handle pairing that opportunity with one of your buyers?
I mean, I was just honest, man. I feel like that's the best type of business is being honest. Even with my sellers, I tell my sellers I'm wholesaling their property. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't. I know a lot of gurus tell them you mind it, but I never did that. I'm always upfront. So uh, back then, it wasn't really add your fee on top. It was more so of a 50-50 partnership. I don't even know where that add your fee on top stuff came from. But I think back then it was more so old school. Like, hey, you bring a buyer, we'll split the profits.
Yeah. And normally, though, you can't advertise the property unless you have an equitable interest in it, too. So would you
Yeah.
get it under contract first?
No.
Or how did
What
you
we did.
handle that?
No, what we did was I created a JV. I actually drew up my own JV agreement, giving me 50% of equitable interest in the property. And once they signed that, I was able to market that property to my buyers.
I got it. Yeah,
Yep.
it's really important to get those agreements in place
Yep.
from the get go, and really really smart job that you did that. We actually have a JV agreement, DealMachine.com/JV if anybody's interested. But
Oh
what
wow.
would you say are the key factors to a good JV agreement? A basic one.
Definitely that so it depends on what type of deal you're doing. So a lot of people they they tend to do the add your fee on top. So if you are going to do something like that, make sure in that JV agreement uh that's exactly what it says in there. If you don't do exactly what you guys if you don't have exactly in there what you guys agreed upon, you're going to be screwed. Don't trust anybody in the industry. Make sure that JV agreement covers your butt,
Yep.
covers your fee all the way, no matter
Yeah.
what they say, because money
100%. Yeah.
changes people for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it might list a specific deal. It might
Hmm.
list, what your business or name is, or your personal name and theirs as well, and
Yep.
maybe a time frame that you have to get that thing sold, and the split percentage of the fee, right? So
Yep. Yep.
yeah, those are the basics, I would say. Man, well, congratulations and way to see an unusual pathway to connect people and make deals happen, completely different than what people are normally told.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you still mostly doing JV deals now? Or I know you
Oh
talk
heck
about
no.
doing your own marketing, right?
Nah, man. I do 99% of my own deals now.
Okay. Why'd you switch?
Um, I mean, it's obviously more money in doing your own deals. Also, you control everything. Um,
Simpler transaction, less
yeah,
people involved for
and
sure.
and and so I tell you what really made me switch. I think probably 10 years ago, I kind of found out the structure of all of my big partners deals, like the ones who's doing six figures a month or whatever. They have, of course, dispo teams and dispo managers, acquisition managers. So I was finding out that I was moving their deals and their dispo people were still getting paid. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how is your dispo person getting paid and I moved the deal? And
Yeah.
they're getting paid more money than me on the
Really? I
deal.
thought you were getting like half the fee.
No. See, I didn't start off doing it. I was doing, like I said, it. So I think probably 6 years after I got in, that whole add your fee thing became a thing in this industry. So I started doing that, but of course I was doing like 10 to 20 JV deals a month. So it was like, of course, I at that point I had to figure out a way to start automatically having my fee in their deal. So I'll charge my buyers 7,000 per deal because that's not going to kill a deal. Like $7,000 is not going to kill your flip.
And where are
So
you at located?
in Arkansas.
Arkansas. Got it.
Yeah, see
What's the
when
average home price there?
I just moved back to Arkansas in 2019, but I started off I was in Atlanta. Then I moved to North Carolina, then I moved to California, then I moved back to Texas, then I moved back to North Carolina, and now I'm back in Arkansas. So yeah.
Did you end up moving because you liked the market, the real estate market there, or for other
Yeah.
reasons?
Yeah. It was mainly the market, and I tested those. I was
Was it
kind of
worth it?
following the trends and seeing, okay, there's not a lot of wholesalers in this like Arkansas. I don't like Arkansas market because it's the margins on the deals are so small.
Got
And
it.
typically I like to make an average of 15,000 per deal. Of course with land, it's very typical to average six figures on a deal.
Oh, really? You must be
Heck
dealing with
yeah.
some big land. What's the
Yeah.
average
Well,
price of
no,
property?
it's real. It's more so of the county you pull.
Right. So
Um,
what's the average price in your county? It's
um,
got to be $250,000, right? It can't be
yeah,
that expensive in Arkansas, right?
yeah, probably. No, well, for land, man, you're talking about probably 20,000 for land here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
so cheap, and the sellers are just not as, I'm not gonna say motivated. I don't know why I keep doing that. Oh, that's you doing that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
doing that.
why it's the sellers are not, I'm not gonna say motivated, but they don't understand real estate like Texas sellers. So you go to
Oh, really?
Texas, they are more so of entrepreneur type sellers.
Got it.
So it's like they understand that I need to make my money,
Yeah.
and as long as they get what they're asking for at closing, it is what it. Arkansas is kind of, they're a little bit more country down south, so it's like I want $1 million for a $20,000 lot, and
Oh, they're
because
just not motivated. So
yeah,
here's,
and
yeah,
they think because they got acres, it's worth a bunch of money.
at the beginning of the call, you were asking about how the map works. The
Mhm.
orange is telling you where most of these properties exist based on the filters that you have
Mm,
set. So I picked a very common type of filter for a land investor. So I
yeah.
did vacant land as the property type, and then I did lot size less than 5 acres or unknown.
Hmm.
I did less than 5 acres because this would be a strategy for like infill lots, right? It's a
Hmm.
lot of very popular
Yep.
strategy. And then I did lot size or lot size is unknown because some properties that haven't changed hands in
Dude,
30 years, they didn't record a lot size, right? So I do group those together like in math class. They're in parentheses, right? So it's like order of operations in math. You do stuff in parentheses first. So got these two things grouped together, and then I say, and the owner is likely the property owner, and the owner is
man,
over the age of
but
65.
it like you stole my filters, man.
Um,
Man, those
and
filters look similar, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just shown you because you were asking about what the orange means. That's just showing
Yeah,
you where they're at, right?
yeah.
So, and
That's
then this,
cool,
I mean,
man.
it does give you the estimated value, of course. And we just actually um, changed our comps tool to help give you like comps for land. So, how many acres is this? 6.32. So you can go in the comps tool, you hit filter comps, and then what you're going to do is you're going to actually add the acreage. So I'll do like 3 to 4 acres and see if that brings back any properties at all. It looks like just two,
crazy.
right? So you could take a look at those and see what's different about it. This one sold for a premium. It looks like 113,000.
So let me
So I
ask you
wonder.
this about you guys' comps, because
Yeah,
is it more, is it the MLS comps, or is it kind of like a
it depends on if you have this checked, right? So MLS or county records.
dude?
And
I've
so
never looked at this.
I know that people don't know the settings are there, but
Nah,
it's very transparent with what it's giving you because you can adjust all of these data points.
bro,
So
I don't really see. Man, y'all are really taking over the game with this software. That's a dude. I've never looked. I think it's been years. Like I think when you guys first launched, like I didn't like the comps as much because it was like these comps are off. But now that you guys, I didn't know y'all had MLS comps, man.
Yeah, it all has to do with the basic settings. So if you feel they're off, it's only because your settings aren't what you want.
Yeah.
So again,
Wow.
I would just say like MLS is something sold by a realtor, and
Yeah.
then there's obviously deals that happen without a realtor, and those are
Yep.
typically just going to be on the county record. So you can look at those. You got the data sale, and then previously the lot size was not full, but maybe we could go and add down to 2 acres, and let's see if that brings in any more. No, it's
Well,
based
you're
on
in
1 mile.
Alexander, Arkansas, so I wouldn't be expecting much from you.
Yeah, it's not a very big popular place. But look, I got 8 more that came back now that I said 5 miles. Give me the
Mhm.
5-mile radius. So, yeah, hopefully that helps you out.
Wow, dude, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like this, you know, I'm finna cancel some stuff, right?
That's good.
I
That's
didn't.
good.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys had that in.
Here's another one. So, we got single family, which I know you mostly do land, but you're going to like this, right? Cuz
I
if you
do
do
single
lot
family still. I
Okay.
just do it. Yeah.
If you do lot number contains a comma or a hyphen, then what you can do is look at the single family properties that are on a double lot. So you could actually split off the lot and
Crazy.
sell that separately or
That's
wholesale
crazy.
that separately, which would be additional value when you price them out separately like
Wow.
that. You can click on the property. Oh, that's a nice house.
Oh yeah,
And
that's over there on. Yeah, I know where that's at. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
so look how big this lot is. So maybe there's an HOA here, but it's got a big enough lot where maybe not in this subdivision, but if you're in like a city setting,
Hmm.
you could split off like a second lot. And so that's the idea, is that you could target those types of properties that are run down. So
Crazy.
here, let's find one that's run down. So building condition is fair, poor, unsound. Let's see if any of these are fair, poor, unsound. We got 15. So not all the counties report that,
Hmm.
but we'll take advantage of these ones that are reported. And so here's one in more of like a city where it is on multiple lots. So potentially one of those is you could split
Yeah.
off and sell it. So now
See,
that you are you guys relying on your main buyers list from back when you did Craigslist ads, or are you having a new current way of finding and
man.
adding new buyers all the time?
No, so what I do is I pull a list from um PropStream, and which now I'm starting to see is they are becoming very unreliable now because their data is getting worse. I don't know what they're doing. Their data is getting worse and worse. So now I'm starting to rely more on DealMachine, just doing everything, pulling everything from DealMachine. So I just pull a buyer's list and I run a text campaign um, with that list I pull through DealMachine. I run a text campaign and I get me probably 30 new buyers. And I do that every week. So before I go to another county, I just blast a buyer's list first
Yeah.
and
Well,
get the
one way
buyers.
that you could do it is in Deal Machine. What you could do is you could look for, let's say you have a vacant lot for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an infill lot, right? So what you could do is you could filter for infill lots in Deal Machine that were purchased in the last year, export that, and treat that as your buyers list that you can reach out to.
Yeah. I'll tell you the trick that I do. So the good thing about Deal Machine is I can literally pull a seller's list and literally keep those same exact filters for my buyers list. And it's like it automatically is gonna match up.
Yeah. The difference is though, when you're going to market to property owners, you want to market to the old property
Oh
owners.
yeah, yeah.
But when
Oh
you're trying to find who buys those, you want to do the people
yeah.
who recently
Well,
bought
yeah,
one of
that's the
those
only.
properties. Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's the only difference. Yeah,
the only
like I just
difference.
take that
Yeah.
age out. Yeah, but see, that's why I said your filters looking, boy, they looking quite similar to mine.
I'm glad you like them, man. I'm glad you like them.
I say, yeah,
Now,
that. Yeah.
Well, as we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to leave people with for maybe advice or where they could find you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, my I'm not a social media person. I know you think I am because I be on Reddit, but I'm not really a social media person. So I mean, if you guys want to add me, you can add me on Facebook. But I would say, man, utilize every filter that you can on DealMachine. Don't pull a list. Big lists don't mean anything because you can have a 10,000 list of the worst filtered leads ever, and that's probably why you're not getting any deals. If you're like I said, if your list is not 5,000 or lower, you need to do some more filters on that. And also, I recommend everybody pull them by the county. Do not pull by the city. You're gonna
Why is
miss a
that?
lot of money pulling by the city.
Why is that?
Um,
Because
so
the city's just smaller area than the county.
yes,
The county's
yes,
usually bigger outside the city.
yep. And like I said, and of course, it, to basically keep your business very very tight and keep everything, I guess, to where you can have you get more leads. The county is where it's at.
I got
A lot of people do cities, so do counties. 5 or more properties for the sellers. I usually do the is between, so is between 5 and 1,000 properties or something like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
your
so
marketing's more
you're
efficient.
going to get
Doing what
more
you do.
portfolio sellers than
Mhm.
anything. So yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate it, man. I apologize for my schedule and everything.
Oh,
But
no, don't worry about it. Glad we
yeah,
got to
man,
connect
I
today.
definitely look forward to seeing where DealMachine go. I'm excited to use a company thing now.
Yeah,
I can
glad I
get
got
rid
to
of some
show you
more
that.
softwares now, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I got
Now
to
I'm
show
gonna
you that.
spend more money with DealMachine.
It doesn't cost more money. It's already in your system that you
Well,
have.
no, I'm saying like to pull more leads. Like now I
I
can,
got you.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm cheap, bro. I don't care how much money I make. I like keep my overhead at 1,200. That's
Yeah,
it.
I got Well, Johnny, thank you. We'll see you on Reddit, and I appreciate you very
Yes,
much
sir.
for taking the time today. And congrats on all your success. I learned a lot actually from talking with you and how you got started 15 years ago, finding
Yeah.
all those buyers. So I'm sure listeners will feel the same. So
Yes, sir.
thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.